Brightest blessings, everyone. Psychic medium Elizabeth Grove, the Paranormal Priestess here. Welcome to the Paranormal Priestess YouTube channel. It's fantastic to be here. For those of you who may have just stopped on this video, hello, hi. I am Elizabeth. I am a divine channeler, a medium, a remote spirit extractor specialist, as well as a divine twin flame on the path to manifested union. The work that I have been doing has been helping twin flames, for what I've been hearing, immensely. I do very detailed channelings. They are from the angels, from your spiritual team, and it's just incredible to be able to do it. There's a lot of wonderful details that come out within these sessions, a lot of validations that a lot of people are seeking, and empowered messages and ways in which to move forward if you are feeling stuck, if you feel like you don't know what else there is on your journey to clear or to release. There's a lot of healing work when it comes to being on a divine path. So it's been really amazing to be able to do this. You can visit me on theparanormalpriestess.com to inquire about a reading, and I will check to see if we are a vibrational match, and if it is guided, we will move forward with that. For those of you who are having psychic attacks, you're having really dark, disturbing things happening within your space, you are feeling blocked. You're blocked as far as manifesting. You're feeling attacks in your dream space. You feel like you just can't connect with the beloved, and you're pretty positive that it's because there's dark beings that are involved here. I do this work. I do the crazy work. I do the work that is very, very unique, and I'm usually the last resort for this type of work. I have been clearing twin flames. That's what I've been doing mostly, and it's been really successful. It's been really helping people to finally just not be blocked, not get attacked, and be able to move forward on their journey and allow divine processes to go through. And I am so completely just grateful for when I have these follow-ups and the things that I hear. And it's been also helping as far as activations go and uncapping of abilities. And just, for healing work that I also do within these extractions. So it's not only just removals, it is a healing work as well. And this has also been helping out people. So it's wonderful. I am a bit backed up with the extractions, but I'm hoping the next couple of weeks to open that back up again. I am here with the angel channel messages, which I do every single month. And I'm really excited to bring these for June, because for those of you who don't know, we have a very powerful portal that's coming up. We have the summer solstice coming up on the 21st of June. And we are basically revving up for this. And this is going to be a big one, guys. And I wasn't sure really what to expect myself. So, of course, I turned to my spiritual team and asked them what they wanted me to pass along to the collective. So what I do is I'm a channeler, so I do automatic writing as a way of channeling, but I also channel physically through my body too. So I won't be doing that on YouTube, but I have my messages here that I took down as far as the automatic typing, we'll say. I also get a lot of things, with my own psychic abilities, my medium abilities, because I have those as well. But these I really want to get started with because I'm excited about them. And I know that we have been going through some challenging times. And, the last couple of moons have been really pushing us. And they've been pushing us because now we are up to manifested union. Now, for any of you, just before I get started, for any of you who are brand new to the journey, I just want to acknowledge you, because there's so much information. I probably will do another video on this, just, talking about certain things, but there's so many videos that are on the subject of twin flames, and when someone is awakened to this for the first time, they're not sure what to think. They're feeling all of these things, they're having these spiritual experiences, they may be questioning their sanity, and they're looking for answers, and perhaps they've been denying it and pushing things away, or coming up with reasons as to why this just cannot be real. And then finally, when they do feel like they want to look to see if there are any answers or anything that they can resonate with, there are a lot of videos out there on YouTube, and it's so overwhelming. So I get that. What I try to do on the channel as much as I can is really focus on how sacred this union is, how we really want to treat this as what it is, as this sacred marriage, and to really look at it from that type of perspective. When a lot of people are involved in giving information about this type of dynamic, it tends to come off somewhat trendy, a little scary, sometimes even cult-like. And for someone new, that's pretty intimidating. Again, you wouldn't know what to think. So if you are new, I'm looking to keep things as pure as possible, as direct as possible, not washing or diluting anything down. Real tools, powerful messages from the angelics. And it's not about judging your other half. It's not, if you are new to this, it's not about you being judged and feeling guilty about anything. This is all about the love. It's all about the love. It's all about source. It's all about doing something that is so incredibly important to assist humanity at this time. So I'll probably just make another video maybe with that subject, but if you are new, wanted to say that. And if you're looking for information about validating your journey, I definitely have 2 videos that you want to check out. The first one is twin flame recognition. So if you are new watching this, perhaps your guides guided you to this video for me to say this to you, who knows. But twin flame recognition is one where I just really directly talk about how to recognize that you are in a twin flame dynamic, things that you experience, that we commonly share, information, that will hopefully make sense to you. It will resonate with you. It'll make sense out of the entire journey and the overall bigger picture of it. I also have another video, twin flame communication, and that breaks down like higher self communication, telepathic communication, a little bit of what happens with the physical communication. So I'm just trying to get information out there that I know that when I woke up to this journey, that information was barely out there at all. And so there's so much information out there now that I know, again, it's very confusing, but I wanted to put out information that I feel could really help someone, and that's important to me, to be able to, possibly confirm someone's experiences and let them know that they are not crazy, and nor are they alone within this. So now on to the messages. So thank you if you are new listening to this. Hopefully that resonated with you. If you are not new and you have been a subscriber, thank you for subscribing and thank you for hanging in there. I just want to make sure I'm addressing new twins all the time because they are awakening and they're awakening further, and it's important that I acknowledge you. So I'm going to be working off of this, and as always, I always welcome any positive comments or questions down below. And chances are many of you have been getting messages that are very similar to this, and I love hearing that because we're all validating each other. So here we go. The messages for June are ones that are meant to be very impactful indeed. For a gateway of enormous magnitude is entering your world on the 21st of June. This energetic portal is set to finalize much and to bring together those who have been drifting apart within physical separations of a twin flame dynamic. The sun shall blaze, and with it the powerful solar energy shall light all who have been lingering within and have not come into their full empowered states. So what's really important to know here is that the ones who are awakening now, okay, of course, everything happens within progression, in progressed steps. So more people are becoming a lot more conscious. More beloveds are becoming a lot more aware and more and more. And so this, of course, is another gateway that's going to be pushing this ahead, pushing with the being conscious part on the planet, because of course that's where we're going with this. And for anyone who mentions that physical unions are just not something that's possible and that they discourage it, this is just not what I'm receiving from the angelic realms whatsoever. It is meant to be finalized in the physical for very important reasons for humanity. So this portal will be assisting very, very strongly with your beloved, if you're the awakened one watching this, yes, it's going to help you come into further consciousness of your own growth, your own self, your own empowerment. Yes, this is very true. But your beloveds, if they have still been struggling with embracing the truth or understanding the truth, there's going to be a lot more clarity with this portal, a very strong clarity. This portal is a gateway to a higher realization of self, self-mastery codes. Activations for those who have been clinging to a timeline gone. Now, this is very important. To past actions and to people who no longer serve the higher energetic frequencies of the new crystalline body. Now, they go on about this. And this is something actually that I just experienced was a current block, which I didn't realize that I had. And if you don't know, if you are someone new, we heal in layers, okay? And there's a lot of triggering and a lot of release work and transformation work that we do in order to bring ourselves into a higher frequency and higher vibration so that it prepares us to be able to come into a harmonious manifested union with our beloveds. So it is quite a lot of work, and it is very challenging on all levels because we came here to become self-masters. So although, some people may talk about this wonderful romantic story and they focus mainly on this romance, it really isn't the focus. The focus is really the self-mastery. The romance is the icing on the cake. So yes, it comes with it, which is absolutely wonderful. But the thing is that we're coming together, yourself and the other half of yourself, coming together as empowered beings of unconditional love and peace, coming together and bringing a third energy and really awakening the world, templating the world, bringing the new Christ consciousness, bringing that to the earth and allowing for a great change to happen. So I just wanted to say that, but they're talking about clinging to timelines gone and to past actions and people who no longer serve us. And I urge you to think about this and think about if you're still holding on to the past in any sort of way, and you may not realize it. You may not. I didn't realize it. It actually took me having repetitive dreams. And I was wondering to myself why I kept dreaming of my karmic partner over and over and over and over and over and over. Or I would still have dreams of my father, or certain situations from the past over and over and over. Well, our dreams are a really good indicator of our growth, our healing. They're trying to get our attention with very real messages. Some of those messages are very uncomfortable. But there are ways in which our energy does get infringed upon, and this does impede on our union. So it's something to really think about in terms of what's coming up to release in June with this portal. Severing ties, bringing into oneself the divine oneness and the possibilities that it ignites. So if you know that you are still clinging on to the past, or you're still rethinking and overthinking about a situation from the past, if you feel like you're reliving the past, reliving a partnership over and over and over again, maybe you didn't realize, again, maybe you have not realized that you were doing this, and you were still placing your focus there, and hence living there and not living in the now. The angelics are talking about the severing of the ties with that. And remember, it's going to be powerfully done. Releasing it through your light body. That's the way. The intention of releasing it throughout your light body and through your full existence. Okay? A lot of these things get stuck within our energies. And really, it's about shedding our skin now. It's about releasing these energies. There is no such thing as a life that one does not desire. So they're talking about our ability to be a powerful creator. And they're talking about shifting to the perspective of knowing that all things are possible, that the power is in our hands to be able to create a life that we love, that fulfills us. And we can do that instantly with our thoughts, with our emotions, what we put out there. For all that one desires is achievable through creation with the mind and emotional bodies. The light body continues its progression. Okay, so as these portals go on, it updates or upgrades our light bodies. So, as divine twin flames, we have those angelic bodies, and we are in a human form. So our light body, that's what keeps on upgrading, and it also upgrades our physical bodies too. So as we energetically update in that sense, our spiritual bodies, it of course affects us physically. And that's why we experience the ascension symptoms. That we feel pressing, we feel achy, we feel exhaustion, we have trouble sleeping, all those types of things. It's because we are absolutely changing, okay? And the light encoding, what's coming through these divine portals, they're changing us. They're bringing us into the 5D layout. We're transitioning. And it's really an exciting time. So, so many wonderful things are happening. So the light body continues its progression, the physical body upgrades, and this makes all twin flame dynamics within the time of the manifested. The makes all twin flame dynamics within the time of manifestation of union. So basically what they're saying is it is the time of manifested union, and by upgrading the light body, we are changing, we are transitioning. This is the time where unions are coming into the physical. Divine masculines are being strongly activated once again and led through a series of challenging emotions and thoughts as they pull up their energy and release all that has been holding them back from their authentic identities. They are awakening to the truth of love and their own sense of feminine energies, and this is enacting a powerful transformation that will prepare them for accepting love at the deepest levels. So, and this is not to point the finger at the divine masculine whatsoever. Okay, everything has its place. It's true that many of the divine masculines, okay, and you can use that interchangeably if you are a man, if you're a woman, but the divine masculine energy itself, yes, they are coming into their awakening on a mass scale, much more. Much more. It's definitely on deeper levels. So they are becoming a lot more conscious of what's happening to them, and huge transitions for them right now. So this portal, again, will be pushing this, okay, will be accelerating their consciousness of who they are, and of course, who their beloved is, what is meant, what is in the highest good for their lives moving forward. They are awakening to the truth of love and their own sense of feminine energies, okay? Enacting a powerful transformation that will prepare them for accepting love at the deepest levels. So that also means that they are awakening to their feminine side, okay? We all have masculine and feminine energies of our own. They are awakening to their feminine energies. That's coming into balance, okay? So more intuitive, more meditative. Things will be a little softer for them. They'll listen to their hearts more. They'll allow their emotions to speak more. And this is a good thing. This is a very good thing to come into balance. And it's powerful for the divine masculines. But of course, throughout history, this wasn't acceptable. Throughout history, the male was always shut down and basically told that they were not a male if they were to show their emotions or to have a feminine side. And so, they've been shut down in that way. Women have been shut down in another way. So we are now breaking all of these 3D past paradigms, all of that, all of these things. We are breaking through them, and we are coming into a time where we're going to step into our empowerment and not be shut down. So it's really exciting. The fires of the sun are an action-related force that push those on divine paths to seek their inner fires and to understand what it means to be a creator. So, of course, with the fires of the sun, fire, movement, action, to create. What is it we're passionate about? So much of this is going to be, magnified. The sun energy. As someone who follows the Druid path, it's a path that I absolutely love. I work with the goddess Bridget. I do relate to Egypt, Atlantis, those societies. But in terms of Druidry, Druidry is always focused on the Awen, on the fires, the inspiration, the creativity. And it's really important to know with this solstice about the inner fires and how we have to seek our inner fires so that way we can create on the outside what we're passionate about, that we use our divine right here to create a world that we love, that we do not have to be prisoners to our circumstances. We can make that choice to shift our lives as we shift. We can seek inspiration. We can seek our passions. We can seek our dreams, reflect. And that's what I love about Druidry in particular. And it's just something to really think about with this solstice, because it's something that's coming up. You and your beloveds have the power within to create the manifested union as quickly as time allows for. So remember your ability to be a manifester, a co-creator and co-manifester. So yes, there is a roundabout approximate timing for unions to come in. We have waves of unions. I don't believe that there should be any type of worry as to when this will be or if you will be left out. It's more so about understanding if there are any thoughts or emotions that are blocking you from supporting the manifesting of your unions. Are there any fears, lingering fears or lingering doubts? Are there any belief systems that are not supporting the manifesting of the union? Because we can make delays. We can. And so it's important that we can recognize those things and be able to shift them out, shift our thoughts, shift that completely out so that way we can support bringing this here with everything that's positive thoughts, positive emotions, sending love to our beloved, sending understanding and compassion, being patient. Affirmations, affirming that all is perfect now, affirming that our beloved's awakening process is happening now, and that we support it, and that we know everything's unfolding now, and celebrating even in which we do not have yet as far as what we can see, but living our lives as though we already have it. And I know that might be puzzling to some of you, going, well, how do I live my life, with my beloved if I don't really have he or she here? But you do. It's about celebrating that you're not actually separated. Knowing in your heart, knowing in your thoughts that you are together and that you are absolutely supporting this and manifesting it in higher realms. And that's what brings it here. So I definitely encourage anyone who is still experiencing some fears, thinking perhaps this will never happen, or perhaps you're not good enough for it, or undeserving of it, whatever that thought pattern may be, and seek out those thought patterns, because those are the ones that are creating a blockage. Those are the ones. So it's putting the tools, the power, the tools back into our hands, and knowing that we can make those changes. There is a timing for waves of twin flames to accept their roles and to step into unconditional love within the physical. For those who lack the acceptance of this and are attempting to hold on to old toxic patterns and beliefs, this will not be a possibility for much longer due to the strong current of energy that is the fire within, the spark of the twin flame igniting. The portal of the 21st of June will be igniting the spark, and it will be felt at very strong levels throughout the spiritual and physical bodies. So we are going to be feeling our beloveds a lot more. It's going to be connecting us so much more. Our ability to feel each other. This is a wonderful thing. This is a step in the right direction for sure. Our twin flame spark within our heart space. Feeling the love. The portal is set to release all that is left that impedes the body, mind, and the motion connections. Transmutation, a purifying fire that will release many from their lack of empowerment. Energies that are still within unions from the outside are to be strongly encouraged to be released. So we were speaking about that earlier. They are elaborating on this now, so that the pure connection of the beloveds can be felt at stronger levels. We urge those on the twin flame path to search out your hearts and to recognize what and who has pulled on your heart energy and left you imbalanced. Are you still connecting to an older time or to a past life or to a person from your past? Are you not living fully in the now? Are you feeling guilt or feelings that are low connected to past people or decisions? This portal will encourage all that is left to be released. So it's really important because there cannot be any past energies that come into the manifested twin flame union that are of a negative nature or foreign nature. So we are now burning off foreign energies from people, from partners, from family members, from friends. We are not holding on to their energy. Okay? So this is really important that no one hangs on our union. It's really important that that energy is not present, that we're having a clear and pure connection happen here to be manifested. And they say that here. Unions are meant to bring a clean, pure love without a dilution of resentment, guilt, fear, regret. Those events and people who are still within the beloved's energy fields must be released for good. So if you do find yourself possibly reliving a certain time in your life with a certain person, and again, maybe you weren't realizing that it was still there and some of that energy still is there. Well, it is expressing itself within your energy fields, and therefore it does also affect the physical body in many ways too. So some of this could be connected to some illnesses as well. You know, it manifests itself in some sort of way. Okay? Perhaps you still are having some anxieties. And these are actually related to still having people's energies on you. Still having it within your energy fields. And now is the time for releasing that. This is a closure of a big proportion. So remember we talked about closures, deadlines. They happen with these portals of things that we are closing out in our lives, that we're closing the door on them for good. And so we are really focusing on releasing foreign energies and any energies that are related to any fears and guilts, resentments, anything like that, any doubts or fears that the twin flame union won't manifest, those types of things. We're closing out so many of our toxic patterns, okay, whether they have been choices that we've made, wrong choices over and over and over again, choosing toxic people, engaging in toxic activities, taking in toxic substances, foods, chemicals, whether it's addictive tendencies, anything and everything like that. We are absolutely being encouraged to close the door on these things. And when these things come up to the surface and they tend to get much, much worse, it's because they want to be recognized, because now is the time to make those changes and close the door for good, and to not allow these types of energies to be present, because they're unable to be present within our unions, to stay in harmony, to be within union. Those who have given their power away to others will not receive their power back. I'm sorry. Those who have given their power away to others will now receive their power back with the law of return. Okay, so again, that talks about if you have had people still hanging within your energy field, still lingering there, that it's about intention, releasing that from your light body, returning their energy to them with love, in a loving way, that it's no longer mine. I am no longer a part of this. I close the door on this, and release it lovingly. We ask you to work with the energies of June to bring the light and energy back into its purest form. So again, this seems to be what they're talking about, mentioning about often here. Whatever may be dimming your light, it is that in which we ask you to release and transmute. If there are still foreign energies from past lovers, friends, family members still affecting the energetic systems as well as your physical, we ask you to intend on sending these back, like we said, with love. And to gain your liberation and pure energetic connection with your counterparts. I gave this a try. I knew that this was happening with an ex-karmic partner of mine. And the dreams were over and over and over again with this partner. And when I did this, when I released it out of my light body, I returned the energy to him. I thanked him for being within my life and the gifts that he brought me. I felt an emotional release from this, guys. And then my team told me, well, now you will have a closer connection with your beloved. And guess who started showing up in my dreams now? My twin flame, my counterpart, my divine masculine. So it's really, really something to think about now, and to work on releasing that out of your light body. Some of you may not be in the realization this is currently being embedded in your energetic fields. However, this portal energy will bring to you realizations that there's more to let go of before manifested union can be pure and harmonious. Sexual partner energies will be releasing off of your counterpart, and this allows for yourself and your counterpart, and this allows for sacred lovemaking to be pure and powerful as it was meant to. So we're burning off a lot of the sexual energies from past partners, okay, for yourself, for your beloved, to not bring any of those foreign energies in when we are to have sacred lovemaking with our partners. The energies of June bring a great capacity to create what will bring peace, happiness, and fulfillment for the self. This capacity will leave no room for dependency, but will show that all you would ever require lies within. And this is very powerful. The light will fill you from the inside, and the divine love will permeate your being so that you realize that without a need, there can only be everlasting love and peace as you were created to be from the beginning. So we really are going to find that we're not going to have those needs there. We're not going to depend on people for our own happiness. We're not going to depend on situations for our own happiness. This is a part of the self-mastery, guys. This is what it's about, to be able to cultivate our own peace and our own happiness, that we will not have a need. When we're able to stand in our power and able to create our own happiness, we are able to enjoy every single moment of our lives. This is what makes everything fall together, and it's not a struggle then to have our twin flame step forward and have there be a harmonious union, rather than having triggers happen and going back into separation. And I actually had a wonderful conversation with a boutique owner here on Long Island in Cold Spring Harbor, and I know he was an angelic being, that's for sure. A beautiful boutique. It was very fairy-like, had Victorian paintings in there as well, and Victorian jewelry, and scented soaps, and all types of really pretty things. Gorgeous store. And he really talked about enjoying every single moment and not sweating the small stuff, to really, those little things that make us happy, that really matters so much, and to realize that we all have imperfections, but it's not about letting it get to us. Okay, and I'll show you this right here. Oh, just taking my altar down here. I hope I didn't kill my gnome. He fell over. But I just want to show you guys this. That's all. Do what makes you happy. Can you see him? Got the little wands there. I love frogs, by the way. I'm very connected with frogs. And I got this in the store, and is a reminder that you don't have to seek happiness on the outside. You don't have to depend on anyone. Just do whatever makes you feel really, really good. And the other one here that I have, if you can see that, it says little moments make life big. And the store owner gave me that one for free. It was just a really nice conversation that we had, and I just felt really great energy after speaking with him. And so I have these on my altar just to remind me that my happiness does not depend on my divine masculine. My happiness does not depend on anyone on the outside. It's all about how I feel about life and how I choose to perceive it. And if I perceive to, think about life and look at life, perceive it in a magical sense, in a sense where possibilities can happen. And this is where we're at. It's about the summertime. If you're, I know that in the other side in the hemisphere, in the southern side of the hemisphere, there's the opposite. There's winter. For those of you who are experiencing summer right now in this half of the world, it's really about everything coming alive and just enjoying, kicking back, relaxing, and those happy moments. Even if they're small moments, whatever it is, even if it's walking to the beach or walking in a park or whatever it is that makes you happy, and to not focus on anyone that you're lacking or anything that you're lacking. If people are pulled out of your life, so what? It's about that it was in the highest good, but just knowing that you have the absolute power to create wonderful things in your life if you so choose. And the angels are really encouraging us to think about that and to put it to use this summer. And see right here. So the energies of June bring a great capacity to create what will bring peace and happiness and fulfillment for the self. So ask yourself, what are the things that maybe you don't do anymore? Things that really make you happy. Silly things that make you happy. Silly movies that make you happy. Whatever it is. I did a video on the channel about getting your working with your childlike self, getting your fairy on, kind of. And I think it's really important to not lose that. And if you feel like you have lost that and you've been wallowing in self-pity or just low energy and feeling like you can't be happy unless you have someone in your life or your twin in your life, or if you have a lot of money, it's not about that whatsoever. So hopefully this will inspire some of you out there to shift your perspective and enjoy yourself no matter where you are in life. Just know that you're alive, you're breathing. Life is beautiful and magical if you think it's so, and you will experience it on the outside. I have to tell you that the other day when I went to that store, I was thinking of, fairy energy a lot of the day, and just feeling really happy, and again, that childlike energy. When I went for dinner later on, the waitress was talking about, oh my gosh, she saw my fairy shirt. I love fairies. I have a tattoo of fairies. And she was just a happy, just beautiful being, she just lit up. And I drew that. I drew that because that was the vibration that I was in. So I'm hoping this is going to excite some of you out there this summer to partake in that and to not worry about what's going to happen. But as long as you're making you happen, You are creating wonderful moments. And again, it's all about the moments. So they're saying there will no longer be a need for the outside to fill you. The light will fill you from the inside, and the divine love will permeate your being so that you realize that without a need, there only can be everlasting love and peace. You, as you were created to be from the beginning. I had to read that line again because it's just a wonderful line, and it's one to definitely remember. Keep that in mind. Those who are currently awakening to their counterparts will feel the fire of the spark. They will be given codes of remembrance so that they will come to a greater understanding of why events in their lives came to be. Again, a lot of reflection going on here for the awakening one, the one who was becoming more conscious of this, and they're going to be receiving more and more of the remembrance codes, as the angelics put it. And this is going to really help them to step into who they really are, and everything that doesn't reflect that, there's going to be major choices for them. And for some, they're already experiencing that, and it's more so about, now it's time for taking action, stepping into the action part of this. Once they no longer carry this burden, they will be ready to embrace their hearts in a way that they have never before. They will step forward and communicate this love in the physical in ways that are best for each couple and their development. They will find answers, will surface within, and the divine will bring signs and synchronicities to them that will further welcome the information that they have desired. So your beloveds are being assisted if you are the awakened one, more awakened one. And if you are the awakening one, hopefully, maybe this video is helping you out with some answers. Perhaps you have been finding some answers to confirm what you're experiencing. Perhaps you're still trying to make a little bit more sense of everything. And I just want to say to you that the answers are coming. They are coming. Things will definitely become a lot more clearer for you. We ask all of you to step into the inner fires of your heart. We ask you to step into your power that creates and moves from the divine spark. The creative powers that you have inside are still untapped, and we ask you to put your faith in this and to put your divine nature into practice on earth. What you place out, you will receive. This will be a significant gift if you act upon it. The light will guide you, and the light will be there to create into form. Search your thoughts and your emotions for any lingering negative thoughts or emotional forms that are creating more of what you do not wish to experience. Once this is changed, so the story changes within the physical. All is created on the higher planes initially, and so this then takes form in the physical world. Remember, as above, so below. Test it out. Test it out. You'll find that your world will absolutely change when you do, when your thoughts change. We ask you again to make the best use of your divine creative abilities. We are assisting with intervention on a grand scale, and we are present both with you and your beloveds as the partnerships of the twin flames come into the manifested. Thank you, and we wish all unconditional love in all your days ahead and eternally. Really, really powerful messages, and I thank you for taking the time to listen to this video. Really, really powerful, and it just shows how far we have come on this journey. It shows that we've grown in so many ways. That's what I definitely take it as. And the more that we own our power, own our passions, own our happiness, be able to release people and past events and timelines that don't belong there anymore, that are not in the highest good for us to take along with us anymore. This is really going to be a wonderful, liberating time for us. Be able to just create happiness and just to live in the moment, to not feel the need for our beloveds, but rather than understand that it's about how we are with ourselves, being in self-union, and that with this and not having the need of our twin, that actually does, it creates them to come forward. It really attracts them. So again, there's no need to force it. It's about making ourselves work. And so we have the release part with this portal. It's very powerful. And we have the stepping into our creative powers. That's very, very important here. So I hope that some of these messages resonated with you. I'd love to hear, again, questions and comments below. I just ask that, you keep things as positive. There's definitely no negativity that I would want on the channel at all. But positive comments, if you have experiences that maybe could help somebody else, that would be wonderful to leave below. I always love to see that. And if I have any experiences on my own journey, I know I like to share little bits and pieces here and there to be able to just, have myself be an example. Since I am an authentic divine twin flame on this journey, I have nothing to hide. I am a divine twin flame for sure. Not in union yet, have not physically met yet, which is fine. That's absolutely okay, and it's just meant to happen this way for reasons that many of them I'm aware of. Maybe a couple of them I'm not. But the point is that doesn't mean that life doesn't go on. It doesn't mean that we can't cultivate our own happiness. That doesn't mean that we can't make the most out of our beautiful days. And we have summer here in the Northern Hemisphere. So, it's just a wonderful time to get outside, get into nature, take in the sun in a healthy way, of course, and to really understand that it's about being a creator. It's about being a creator, and that those powerful fires. Everything is being assisted with. The angelics are helping on all aspects, all fronts. And it's really wonderful to know that that's divine support is absolutely there. So all we need to do is just help it along with our own healing. I'm here for sessions. I'm here for readings. You can take a look at my website, theparanormalpriestess.com. Again, you can send me an inquiry and just give me some time, though, about maybe like 3, 4, 5 days turnaround time. It's been really a little challenging here and there between some of the clearings that I'm doing, which are rather severe, and then also getting a chance to get back to inquiries and also at the same time keep things balanced. So I just appreciate your patience with me. I will get back to you and let you know if the reading session is guided, if the extractions are guided, what to do in that case. I'm here for you. So it's my mission, it's my pleasure, and I'm very passionate about it. So remember, as I always say, the end of all my videos, from the heart of the darkness is born the light. Happy June, everyone, and brightest blessings to all of you. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.